Let's talk about content, more specifically the content that feels like you. The content that when people read it, they go, wow, you were in my head. You get exactly where I want to be and you are the right solution provider for me. I'm going to Reed-Enever. I'm an ideas and marketing strategist. And if we've not met before, this episode is all designed to help you create impact by creating content that is you and connects with your audience.
Welcome to the Talk Podcast with ideas strategist Linda Reed-Enever. Talk is where we chat about ideas and inspiration you can use to market your business. Get ready for practical tips you can implement today with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
You see, the thing is, most business owners are creating content from a place of pressure, where it's follow that next trend, use the algorithm, that post type doesn't work today, this post type doesn't work today, you should do this, you should do that. And quite often they're listening to multiple gurus at once. And while all of those gurus are great, the reality of it is, in the end, if the content isn't us, if it doesn't resonate with our audience, we have a strategy that is broken, a strategy that will never resonate with our audience because it's not us and there's no human to human connection, which is that number one thing that we need to do when we're marketing our business. So let's dig a little bit deeper about why it is so important to create content that is like us, that resonates in our business, and that we feel proud to be able to share. Because let's be honest, every time we post a bit of content that doesn't resonate with us, that doesn't feel like us, we chip a little bit away at our confidence because we're like, well, the expert said I had to do that. And the expert said this, and the expert said that. And if I'm not doing it, then I mustn't be good enough in the content creation journey that I am. Now, the key thing that we need to understand here is that we only need to be good enough for a specific group of people, and that is our clients, the people we are going to serve, the people who are connecting with us along the way. So we don't have to be good enough for every expert out there. And the thing is, when we're showing up forced or we're showing up pressured, our content tells it. You will see in your algorithms, and you'll know by now because you've seen it, where someone might be desperate for sales or they're needing income happening within their business or something like that. You'll see the desperation, and we don't want to have that when it comes to your marketing. So if creating content feels like a chore, it's going to sound like a chore when we're putting it out there in the world of social media. So how do we get around that? How, as business owners, do we get around that and make sure that we dive into content and we create content that's actually going to engage with our audience? First thing is we show behind the scenes content. So we show behind the scenes moments where people can engage and connect with you and do that. You show your face as much as you possibly can because that face connection is you. And in the end, human to human wise, we want that connection along the way. So what's the solution in this content burnout cycle that we could face as business owners where we're following all the expert trends and all of those sorts of things? And don't get me wrong, I do it too. There'll be something new come out. I'm like, yeah, I've got to do that. That's the thing that I've got to do. I've got to forget everything else that we're doing right now. I'm a marketing strategist. We love bright, shiny objects. So the first thing we need to do is we need to anchor our message. When we're anchoring our message, we need to think about, what do our people want to feel when they see our content or they receive our content? What do we stand for? What do we stand against? We can include that in our messaging, especially if there's trends within our industry that we do not like and trends that we do like and we want to promote. Your content should reflect the audience that you want to attract as well as the customers that you already serve. So we need to make sure when we're anchoring that message, we've got a little bit of both in there for everyone. The second tip is something we do inside the content cues marketing decks and the other marketing decks here we have at Reed-Enever Group, but that is using sparks. So we're forgetting the 5 tips, top 10 tips, but they do work. They do work, so you can include them within your mix. But use prompts that are going to spark real engagement and real conversation. I'm just going to share with you a couple of my favorite ones here. I remember the moment when I realized my business had a great impact. Go out and use that one today. Here's what I wish someone would have told me when I started XYZ. It could be making, it could be doing, it could be coaching along the way. And let me share the story behind why. These are all engaging ones. They capture that human curiosity. They bring people in and they make them want to engage with the content that you are creating. Real stories within our marketing create real connection. And that's exactly what we want to be doing in your content. So the next thing we need to do is create when we're in the flow. I'm creating right now. I'm using my morning to be able to create content for you while I'm in the flow. So we actually get away. But if you're in the flow and you've got the content going really well, or you can make some time to create content, you'll find that it batches out a lot easier. and the content flows and it's going really, really well for you. So if you're feeling forced, it is not the time to create content. Walk away, maybe block some time out in the calendar or put a favorite song on and then look at creating content. Because if you can do it, then you're going to come up with energy, excitement, and people are going to be engaged with that content a lot more because you were engaged when you were creating it. And one that I see so many business owners do now, and we can because the editing tools are so easy to use, we edit out our humanity and our personality. Now, the human moments, we're marketing to humans, so we need that human to human connection. The human moments within our business are highly important. So leave a couple of ums and ahs in there. Leave a couple of behind the scenes moments in there. Maybe show off your messy desk or show off your messy office or show the creation that you're doing or just talk to them about life for a little while. You don't have to go too far, but humanity makes connection with humans and therefore creates engagement, and it's content that's us. And as I said, you don't have to go too far. You just need to share a little bit of a story to take people along the way that has you as a face rather than a huge brand out there that no one can connect with. And number 5 is share content from where you are. It doesn't have to be perfect. You will grow. Your content creation journey will grow. The tools grow with us. Hey, let's be really honest. And if you go back and look at some of my posts when I first started out there, I started with the tech and the tools and the things that I had, and I got my message out there and we built that way. So start with where you are. If you've got a Canva account, it's a paid account, great, go for it. If you've got a free account, start with a free account. If you can record video on your smartphone and start sharing short, sharp tips from yourself, and that's all you can do for now, do that. But if you don't start sharing your messaging content that resonates with your audience and content that feels like you, then the connection is a lot harder. Be honest with your audience. It can be messy. It can be entry level. You don't have to be done or expert level to educate and share great content. You just need to be honest with your audience and take them along the journey with you. Because wherever you are within that ladder or within that process of your business, there is someone underneath that's aspiring to be who you are. So make sure that you are inspiring them and you're connecting with that audience by taking them along in the journey. If you're honest with your audience, if you connect with your audience as you, they are coming along for the ride and they're going to engage, and your content creation journey will be a lot easier. Do you want support while you do all of this? This is exactly what we do in the Ideas, Impact and Marketing Circle. If you are looking for support, go check it out. It's a membership community. We have great business owners just like yourself in there, sharing their story, creating genuine content with my help along the way to be able to ask questions.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talk with Linda Reed-Enever. Make sure you subscribe via your favourite podcast app so you don't miss the next great episode. You can find more ideas and inspiration at enevergroup.com.au.
Hey, y'all. As a growing family, my husband and I love game night, especially when it's Wayfair edition.
Let's do it. You got to name as many Wayfair furniture and decor categories as you can. Ready? Go.
Sofas, bar stools, beds, ottomans, outdoor seating, bookshelves, kitchen tables, garden sheds, mid-century modern lamps.
Time. Nice. You got 9 out of... a lot. Not too bad. Keep practicing by visiting wayfair.com, where you can shop every style for every home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.